tower. So we're going to set that aside. We're going to sit up nice and tall. And this is just seated in a comfortable, whatever works for your legs, however you want to be comfortable. We're going to start with breathing. I'm going to cross my legs. So to begin, I want you guys to sit up nice and tall. Okay. Pull your belly in. Pull the belly up and back behind the ribs. That's what I always think of. Then take your hands to your rib cage. We're going to practice our little lateral breathing to start. And we're going to go slow and match our breath. So your hands are on your ribs, your shoulders are down, belly is tight. You're going to take a big inhale and feel the rib cage expand out to the side. And as you exhale, pull that belly as tight as you can and expel all the air from the lungs. Big breath, inhale. And exhale. And we'll do 2 more like that. Big inhale. And exhale. And pause right there. Let your arms take our knees up to a bent knee position, flat on the floor. I'm going to have you guys do some rotation using your hands. So let's bring out our arms to a T. I'm going to rotate to one side. The hand or arm that's closest to the knee is going to go onto the outside of the thigh. I'm going to reach around even farther. So press into that arm. Get that big stretch. Bring the arm up to a T. Come back to center. We'll go 2 times total. Switching and alternating. So when you get out to that side, really press into that arm, but keep reaching through those fingertips. Bring the arm back up to a T, come back to center. We're going the other way one more time here. Should feel good. Try to get that extra little press behind you. Look back to the fingers. And one more time. Feel okay? You guys feel good? Moving after sitting. For a terrible Super Bowl game. Okay. Sorry, I wasn't going to say it. Okay, so we're going to sit. I'm just going to face the camera or sit sideways. You guys sit the way you are. Okay, so I just want Matt behind me. We're going to do a roll down in this nice butterfly position. So just keep your ball handy, okay? So legs can be farther away. You're going to sit up nice and tall. We'll start with a big curl. So you're going to exhale and try to keep the shoulders lined up over the hips. So we're just really collapsing in that center of the core, and then sit up nice and tall. And then leading with that breath on an exhale, belly pulls back to the spine, tuck the chin, round, and really try to get that curl in that spine. And then sit up nice and tall. We'll do 2 more like that. Curl. Ooh, I didn't turn the music off. Oh, shoot. Inhale up. And I hope we have volume over there. And curl, curl, curl. And sit up tall. Okay, you're keeping your feet in that position. You're going to reach the arms forward. This is hard, by the way. So I want you to press your feet together and roll down. So you're seated nice and tall. You're going to exhale, roll it down. Really start with that curl. And then we'll come halfway, set those shoulders, and come to the place where you really feel like you can't hold it anymore. And curl yourself up and lengthen. This is not the hard part yet. It's going down to the mat. It's very strange that it's really kind of a difficult way to roll down, which I always like. Taking normal, simple things and making them complicated. That seems to be my life. We're going all the way down. Sit up nice and tall. Curl, curl, curl. Press those feet together. Go down nice and slow. Try to keep those feet down. And straighten those legs out. Grab your ball. And we are going ball between the knees. Should I check our volume? Easy on the ball yet. Just a little hug. Hands behind the head. Take your inhale. Exhale, roll up. So knees are lined up right over your hips. You're not coming past the tips of the bottom, like the bottom of the shoulder blades. Here's 3. And exhale. 2. You okay? Hold it up. Now we're going to add that static hold. So squeeze into the ball. Inhale, roll it down. Exhale. Here's 2. And 3. Squeeze, squeeze a little harder. You should feel your lower abs engage. Okay. And last set of 2. And hold it up here. Pull your belly tight. Take the hands up above the head as you reach the legs long. Sweep the hands to the knees, pull them in. Inhale, reach. Exhale, curl. Inhale, reach. Here's 3. Extend, reach through those toes. 5 and 6. We're going to add that squeeze. So hug the ball for 6. Keep squeezing. Reach. And 4. And squeeze 3. And my legs wobble when we squeeze, so try to keep them moving together. Last one. And roll it down. Take the ball out. Take a quick breather. So we're going to open up the arms. We're going to let the knees drop from one side to the next, but you're going to go nice and slow. So let the arms and shoulders reach wide out to the sides. Keep your head up to the ceiling as you relax. Let the knees settle. And then on an exhale, pull your belly tight. Draw those knees back to center. And you'll drop the other way. And exhale. We'll go one more time. We're going to turn our head this time. So I'm dropping my knees to the right. My feet are stacked. My arms are reaching away from each other as I turn my head. Maybe a little push into the back of the head. Come back to center with the head. Bring the knees back to center. Inhale, go the opposite way. And bring it back to center. We're going to keep the ball in our hands. We're going to hold it with our elbows wide and our palms pressing onto the sides of the ball. We're going to bring our knees up to a tabletop. We're going to lift our chin to our chest, a little press into the ball. Extend the left leg, rotate toward the right knee. Now you're going to switch and switch. Keep pressing into the ball. It really helps kind of engage that core a little more. So press, press, reach to the outside. Keep those elbows wide. And if you need to drop the ball, support the head, that's fine. We're going to go for 2. Hold it on this last one. Press into that ball. Lift the chin to the chest. Keep it lifted, chin, tuck it, and leg is lifting. Sorry. Inhale, squeeze that ball. Try to keep the pelvis as still as you can. Last one. We're going to rotate again with that knee pulling into the chest, side to side. And 3, and 2, and land with the opposite knee in. Lift a little higher, pull that rib cage down. We're going to lift and lower the opposite leg while you're squeezing into that ball. Lift. And 2, and 1. Keep that leg long, extend the opposite leg long. We're going to scissor side to side. So reach, you're pressing into the ball. The legs are extended as long as you can get them. Ready? 2, and 1. And pause, knees to tabletop, roll it down, drop those knees to or drop the feet to the floor. Set the ball aside. We're going to do a quick stretch. So you're going to come over onto your side. Hand is going under, or arm underneath that head. And you're nice and calm. So from here, we're going to take the top arm, bring the hand behind the head, bend those elbows, close them together, and take a big inhale. And as you exhale, open that top elbow up to the ceiling, out to the side, look back to that elbow. Open those arms as wide as you can. Close, close, close. And inhale. And exhale. And last one like this. Open as wide as you can. Close the elbows. We're going to add an arm circle. So top arm reaches long from the shoulder. As we circle that arm up and over, we're going to open up the front of the body, rotate, look back to that hand, sweep it down above the hip, come back to center. So we're going to reverse it. So open that arm, circle above the hip, out and around, look up to that hand, circle it up overhead. Let's go one more big circle over, look to that hand, sweep it down toward the hip. And we're going to roll over onto our backs, and we're going to do the other side. Keep your ball handy. All right. Knees are bent and comfortable. Arm supports the head. This is my new favorite stretch. There's so many though. So elbows are closed. The head is resting on that bottom arm. Don't lift it up. Now we're going to open the top elbow as we open the chest as wide as we can and get that. You should feel that big upper back stretch. And then close the elbows. We'll go 2 more. Let's inhale, open. And exhale, close. And inhale. And exhale. We're going to take that top arm, reach it long from the shoulder, reaching away. You're going to circle it up, overhead, out to the side. Look back to that hand. Sweep it down over the hip. Back out in front. And now opposite. Sweep it around. Palm can rotate up. Look back to that hand as it sweeps up and overhead. And one more time, overhead, out to the back side. Look to that hand, maybe go deeper and sweep it down. All right, grab your ball. We're gonna come up to this nice mermaid seated position, and the hips maybe don't like to be like this, maybe. So if this is too much of a bend, extend. We're going to be going down to the mat. The ball will stay under the hands for the first segment. So if it bothers you to bring those knees too deep in toward the chest, extend them longer. Otherwise, you're on your hip, bottom hip. Hands are on top of that ball, resting or pressing. Back knee is going to lift up. Press that knee behind you so that it's in line with that hip. So knee, hip, shoulder, all aligned, okay? So don't let that knee come forward. And then leg can be straight if it bugs the hip, okay? So all we're gonna do is lift that leg up using that outer, that smaller glute meat. It's not a glute meat, it's a glute meat today. So belly is tight and you're trying to keep that spine long. You should feel this whole side, even your kind of obliques working. Press that knee back farther behind you, yes. There you go. That's the worst part. The knee always wants to kind of slide, start coming forward. Don't let it. 2. And hold it up on 1. You've got to point to the toe. You're going to extend that leg long. Bend with the flex. Extend right from the knee. Bend. Think of opening up that hip and reaching that leg as long as you can. Point, extend, bend, bring it back. 2. And 1. You're going to flex that foot, press the knee back behind you, and really open up that quad and the front of the hip. Now pull it forward, press it back. So as you're coming forward, just come forward a little bit of that hip. Okay, don't swing the knee all the way to where it lines up over that bottom one. I want that knee back behind you. Squeezing and flexing. 2 and 1. Hold it back. You're going to pull the heel toward the glute for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and take a quick breath. Let that knee rest. Take that ball, place it behind the knee. Yay. All right, so you can come down low here. Just don't slump into the floor, okay? Lift the chest from the floor. Knees back behind you. You've got a flex and a little hug on that ball. You're going to lift the knee up, lower it down. Keep the belly as tight as you can. Think of reaching so that the spine is long. Reach through the crown of the head. Here's 4. And 3, and 2, lift it up high, press it back behind you, press. Squeeze that heel toward the glute, hug into that ball. 3, 2, hold it back, pulse the heel to the buns. Okay, I know it's a lot. Lift that chest from the floor, belly is tight. Got to get these in because I missed them last week. 2, 1, let go of that. Squeeze and we'll switch sides. Yay! Thank you guys for putting up with me. All right. So again, and if the ball behind the knee doesn't work, take it out and do it without the ball. Okay. So first we're starting ball underneath the hands. Hands are stacked. Chest is lifted. Knees are bent, and you're on that side hip. We're going to lift that top hip, press it out behind you. Try to stay as long in that spine and that neck as you can. Lift the leg up. Lower it down. So as you're lifting, remember you're open in this hip, okay? And also forehead can come down to that ball if you want. Keeping the belly as tight as you can, keeping that knee behind you, almost behind the hip. Okay, 2. Hold it up. Pause here. We're going to extend with a point, flex, pull it in. Extend right from the knee, get that big reach behind you, and that big flex as you pull it in. Here's 2, and 1. Hold that knee bent, flex that foot, press it back, press. So you're moving that leg by squeezing that glute, okay? Press it behind you like you're kicking that heel to the wall behind you. 2, 1, bring it in. We will put the ball in there, into the work. All right. So to keep that hug on that ball, we're going to flex, pull the heel a little bit toward the glute. Okay, come down to the elbows, lift the chest from the floor, press that knee so that it's lined up with that hip and you feel that big stretch here. And you're going to lift it up, lower it down. Lift, lower. You're going high with that knee. The leg is heavy and you're lifting with that glute to lift the knee. 2, hold it up, press it back. Press, press. Keep a little hug on the ball. The harder you squeeze, the more extra credit you get. 2, 1, hold it back there. Keep the belly tight. Pull the heel in. So you're pulsing into that ball. 5, 4, 3, belly is tight. 2, 1, and come on up. Oh, yes, we're going to do a stretch. You're going to keep your ball. Oh, God. Don't you love the ball? All right. Okay, so ball is in the hands. We're going to cross one leg over the top of the other. This is a really deep stretch, okay? You're going to take the ball in the hands up and overhead. Open up that knee, kind of press it to the floor. Forward fold over the leg. If the ball comes down to the top of that opposite foot, it's fine. Hold it there. I'm going to take my hand to my foot and just draw my foot up as I kind of press my knee down or open up and curl a little bit deeper. And come on up. We're going to reach and do that one more time. So reach up above head, pull the belly in, flat spine, press that knee open as you kind of hinge over the knee and then curl. Let the head fall. Maybe get a deeper stretch here. And then rebuild the spine. Come on up. We'll switch sides. Okay. So ankle or leg, top leg, crossed over. Knee is open. Ball is in the hands. We're going to start with a long length in the spine. Arms up overhead. As we forward fold, we're trying to keep length in the spine. Trying to press the knee open. And then nice and slow, come down with the ball to the top of that foot if it works, okay? And then I'm going to take my hand. You don't have to do this, but I want to lift up my foot and press my knee open a little bit more. That helps get a deeper stretch. And then rebuild the spine. We're going to come up overhead with the ball one more time. Straight back as you hinge. And then curl the spine, let the head fall. And if you need that deeper stretch, you lift that foot, press that opposite knee to the floor. And come on. Yay. All right. So we're going to do some roll downs, okay? And we're going to start just a little more obliques, and then we'll move on. So arms are reaching forward. You've got the ball in the hands. You're going to squeeze into that ball a tiny bit. Set the shoulders down. Curl it back. Keep that little press into the ball. Looking to the ball as you lower. Find that lowest part of the back, one bone at a time. Come down. Ball goes overhead. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Press into the ball. Chin to chest. Reach for those toes. Pull, pull, press into that ball. And come on up. Release the squeeze. Start again. Press into the ball. Curl. Tighten that belly. Hollow it out. Flatten the belly. Looking to the ball. And come on up. We're going to bring the feet, or sorry, stay down. We're going to bring the feet in. Arms are going to be up to the ceiling. Okay. We're going to take a big inhale. Bring the knees to tabletop. On an exhale, I want you to lift chin to chest and reach the ball toward the knees, okay? So it's kind of hovering above the knees. We'll extend the right leg this time. You're going to reach the ball to the outside of the left. You're going to press into that ball, pull that left rib cage down and hold. Hold. And try to find that oblique. So I'm on my left side. I'm pulling my left rib cage down to the floor. And then we're going to switch. Ball is coming up as we go tabletop. Switch sides, press, press, press into that ball. Reach through those fingers. Lengthen the arms, lift a little higher, pull the ribs down, and we'll go faster. Switch and switch. Keep the belly as tight as you can. Switch. You're pressing into the ball. It really helps engage the abs. Keep the chin tucked. 2 and 1. You're going to land on your opposite side. Bring the ball up, tabletop the legs, roll it down, set the feet down. Good. We're going to scissor legs. Ball is going to be in the hands, and you're pressing into the hands. It helps really with the belly too. Legs to tabletop. We'll extend the right leg to the ceiling. Left leg goes long. We're going to reach to the outside of that right leg. Press into the ball. Come up, center, switch. Keep your belly tight. And 2. And 3. We're going up to 5. And 4. Squeezing in 5. Land on your left leg. Bring the knees tabletop. Roll it down. We're going to take that ball, place it under the pelvis. All right. So you're going to find kind of the center of the back side of your pelvis, okay? So the ball is nice and squishy. It shouldn't be too high. Arms are long beside you. Bring the knees up to tabletop and just take a pause. So you don't want to curl the spine where the tailbone is lifted off that ball. I want you to connect, keep that low belly pulling in. You'll extend the left leg, right knee is bent, tabletop. You're hugging the knees together. Your ribs are pulling together, belly is tight. You're going to lower the legs in the shape that they are, keeping the belly tight, and bring them up. And inhale. So big is not necessary. As you inhale, you're lowering. Exhale, pull that low belly in, and we'll move a little faster. And 2. And 1. Come back to center, extend the right leg, bend the left, repeat for 6. Inhale. Inhale down, flatten that belly as you exhale and lift those legs. Lifting with the belly, you got 3 more. So we're targeting more of the low belly and hold it up to the top. Extend both legs, bend the knees to tabletop, dip both toes down. So knees are tabletop. Spine is not moving. Shoulders are open and you can press into the floor with the hands. Just don't let that pelvis tip. Here's 2. And we got one more thing to do. Here's your finale. Go slow, go small. Dip the knees over a little bit to the left, circle them down through center and up on the right. You're trying to stay as stable as you can. Don't make this big. Try to keep that ball still. It's really hard. And go the other way for 4. It doesn't have to be big. Try to keep the ball still. Here's 3. Use the hands. And last one. Bring it up. Set one foot down on the floor. We're going to pull one knee into the chest, and you're going to extend that opposite leg long. All right. So in this lengthened, with that I've got my left leg extended. I want to focus on not arching my back. Okay. Pull the belly tight. Draw that knee in. And try to get that hip opened up, the one that's the leg that's extended, okay? Now stretch that leg, bent knee, stretch it straight, draw it in toward the chest, flex the foot, and point the toes. And flex, and your belly is tight. And we'll go for 2. Draw the leg a little closer, stretch out those hamstrings. Last one, bend the knee. Put that foot down on the floor, pull the opposite knee in, extend that leg long, so opposite leg long, get yourself in your form, get organized, really reach through the toes of that foot that's on the floor as you draw that opposite knee into the chest. So you're not feeling low back. If you feel low back, get off the ball and go down to the mat or on the floor. Extend the leg long. Okay, draw it in a little bit closer, flex, and point, and flex, and point. And you're going to go 2 more and maybe draw that leg a little closer. Reach through that opposite leg, reach through the toes, last one. Good, and bend the knees. and place that foot on the floor. We're going to take that ball out from under us, okay? And we're going to hold on to the ball, reach the hands up to the ceiling, pull the shoulders down, find that place where your heels are in line with your glutes. We're going to bridge, okay? So you're going to push down into the feet on an exhale. Start to imprint that low back. Arms are reaching to the ceiling with the ball between the hands. And you're going to roll down nice and slow. So remember, shoulders are nice and open. Shoulders are connected as you roll down. And really focus on, for me, that lowest part of the back. That part that's right above the back side of the pelvis. Roll it down. As you roll down, you're reaching through the knees. We're going to go up 2 more. Pause at the top. Squeeze into those glutes. Let that ball come up overhead. Reach through those fingers. Let the shoulders come up if you want. Open them wide though. Reach through the fingers as you roll yourself down. And bring the ball back up to center or up to the ceiling. Roll yourself up again. Squeeze into those glutes. Pull the belly from the pelvis. You're pulling it away, flattening out the front side. Ball goes up overhead. Roll it down. Hands come up to the ceiling. We're doing one more like that. So get organized, shoulders down, heel yourself up, push down into those heels. Reach the knees over the toes, ball goes overhead. Reach now, those arms are long. So you're creating more length in the spine. And roll it down. We're going to take that ball. I'm going to place it behind my left knee. All right. There we go. All right. So your left knee is almost in a tabletop. You're hugging the ball and flexing the foot. We're going to press down into that foot that's on the floor to lift the pelvis straight up, keeping the shape of the spine not curling, okay? So press down, lift up, trying to keep those hips level. So now you've got your leg in tabletop with a flex. Squeeze into the ball as you lower that knee down and pull it up. Inhale down, exhale. Inhale down, keep that pelvis still. 2 more. Last one. Hold the knee in line with the hip. Now open it to the side. Doesn't have to be big. Keep the hip high. Push down into that foot that's on the floor. 2. And last one. Hold it here. Squeeze the ball and pulse. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Roll it down. Take that ball. Switch sides. This is the down and dirty mat class, hitting every part of the body today. Moving through it fast because I got lots to do. Okay, sorry. Okay, heel is pulling to the glute. You've got the ball behind the other knee. Stabilizing foot. You're going to press down into that foot. Lift the pelvis as high as you can. You're squeezing the glute of the leg that's on the floor. We're going to dip the knee that has the ball behind it and pull it up. Keeping the pelvis high. If you need your hands on those hip bones, you're going to hold them there. Maybe a little reminder. Keep them high. There's 2. Squeeze that ball. Last one. Knees back in tabletop. Open it to the side. And we got 3 more. And 2. And 1. Hold the knee in tabletop. Pulse the heel to the glute. So you're pulling the heel, keeping the pelvis high. And 4, 3, 2, 1, and roll it down. Yes, you did it. All right. We're going to roll ourselves up. Place the ball between the knees. Extend the legs long. Okay, you're going to hug into that ball as you roll yourself up. So fingertips reach up to the ceiling. Shoulders pull down beneath you. Take that inhale. Squeeze into the ball as you exhale. Chin to chest. Reach, reach, reach for those toes. Come up nice and tall, arms up, forward fold. Stretch that low back out. You should maybe feel a bigger stretch right now because we just kind of had a little work done there in that lowest part of the back. Pull the toes to the shins if that feels good. Rebuild the spine, stack it up. Arms come forward, back is as long as you can, spine long. Curl. So as I go down, this is my part that I focus on most, right here. Lower it down. Good. Arms up to the ceiling. We'll go up one more time. Curl it up. Chin to chest. Squeeze the ball. And come on up. Okay, bend those knees. We're gonna do some inner thighs while we lay down, so it'll be really nice. All right, so you're gonna curl yourself down. Ball is between the knees now. Feet are on the floor, knees are bent. All right, so feet are gonna stay on the floor for the first part. Let's open up our arms. Palms can go up. You've got that kind of little hug on the ball, so now we're gonna squeeze as tight as we can. We'll hold for 5. So exhale, hold. 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that ball. Take an inhale. Exhale, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release that ball. We're going 3 more of these. So 5, squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Release. And 2 more sets. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that belly tight. Here's your last one. Squeeze. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Bring the feet to tabletop or legs to tabletop. We're repeating. Yay. All right. So you should feel your belly really tight. Flatten it out. Arms are wide. Squeeze the ball for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. And squeeze. 3, 2, 1. I have to catch my breath. And squeeze for 5. Squeeze as hard as you can. 3, 2, 1. And here's your last one. Squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release the squeeze. Set the feet down on the floor. Take the ball out. All right. So your knees are bent. Your feet are on the floor. Let's open up those legs to a butterfly. Let go of the ball for now. All right. So from here, we're just going to try to gently kind of press those knees down. If you feel your inner thighs with just the knees on their own, leave it there. Otherwise, I'm just going to press a little bit down into my legs just to get that bigger stretch. Just a gentle push down. And then bring those knees together. Bring one knee into the chest. You're going to pull it out to the side, okay, whatever knee you want. Now open up the other knee for that counterbalance. So I'm kind of pulling my knee into my shoulder. And then from here, if this feels good, stay here. I feel a stretch here. But you can also extend that leg and draw it in. Okay, so if you can reach for the toes, that's great. If you can't, keep the knee bent, open it up. And then bend that knee, bring it back to the floor. Knees are still open in that butterfly. So this is such a good release for the lowest part of your belly, your gut. All right, opposite knee, pull it in first. Now draw it to the side. The other knee is open for that counterbalance. And if this feels good, stay here. I'm just going to press my knee down to the floor to start. And then slowly unfold the leg. And if you can, grab it, grab the toes, grab the foot, whatever, or just keep the knee bent. And then bend that knee. Bring it in. We're going to roll ourselves up. Last time. We're going to do some balance, okay? So nice and slow. Reach for the toes with the ball and come on up. Good. Set that ball on the floor. We're going to stand up. So just bring your knees in, bend, and push yourself up to a standing, however you want. We'll stretch. We'll do a quick stretch first. So we'll do a roll down, forward, kind of roll down, stretch the hamstring. So give yourself some room in front. Shoulders are down. Let the head fall. Just let it fall. Let it be loose. Start to roll yourself down. You're nice and warm, so we'll go down all the way to the mat. Hands can touch the mat if they do, or top of the feet or shins, wherever your hands go, however far you can fold forward. Once you get there, release the spine. Let the head be heavy. So the head is kind of pulling or drawing every vertebrae apart because of the weight of the head. So you're kind of releasing that spine. Hands are going to come down as low as they can to the floor if you can. Otherwise, top of the feet or shins. Bend the knees. Lift the chin. Flatten out the back. Press into the floor. Pull the shoulders down. And then press down. Straighten those knees. Maybe you get a little farther. Forehead toward the knees now. You can draw yourself in. And then bend. And straighten one more time. And pull your belly in as you start to roll yourself up. Nice and slow. And come up to a standing. Okay, ready. All right, the ball is in front of you on the floor. On the mat is going to be harder. I'm going to challenge myself today. Let's see how good I am. Okay, foot is on top, one foot. You pick the foot because you know which is your better stabilizing leg, okay? So knee is bent, foot is on top. Little soft in that standing knee, so I'm going to bend it a little bit. I'm going to keep my hands on my hips, and I'm going to press the ball out and pull it in to the toes. And press it out. So my foot is light on top of the ball. My belly is tight. My hips are level with the floor. So one hip is not lifting. We'll go for 3 and 2. And I picked my worst leg. Pause here. Internal with the toes. Bring it across the center line of the body. External. Roll it to the side. And internal. And you should feel your body having to adjust on that standing leg. Your belly is nice and tight. Last one. Bring it back to center, bend the knee, take a little break, but we're not done. You're going to lift that knee up. We're going to hinge forward all the way down until you're in this big, long line parallel with the floor. And I lost it. You're going to take your hands down to the floor, and you can keep both hands on the floor. You're going to open up that hip, that top. You guys need lots of room. I should have said that too. Lots of room. Open that hip up. Bring it back level with the floor. Grab that ball. Bend the knee as you start to come up off the floor. So hard. Yeet. I'll step that foot down. Good job. All right. I messed up on that one, and I started on my worst leg. So, okay, so now I'll feel better. All right, hopefully. Okay, so soft in the standing leg, switching sides. Pull your belly tight. Make sure the shoulders stay over those hips. Press the ball out. Pull it in. So the foot and the leg that's stabilizing you, try to keep all those toes and that heel connected. So as soon as you lose that kind of 5-toe connection, maybe rolling in, you might lose your balance. Extend the leg long, hold it. Internal with the toes, bring it across center. External out to the side. Internal, external, your belly is tight. Here's your last one. Open it up. Come back to center, pause, bring the ball in, bend that knee. Bring it up to kind of a chair position, okay? Hands are still on the hips. You're going to hinge forward. Looking down at the floor, you can bring your hands down, or you can try to go slow. Hand down to the ball, other hand to the floor. Open that hip up. So lift that hip open like you're trying to show your belly to your friend over there. Level it off. Hold on to the ball as you slowly press yourself up from the floor. And I messed up again. And come on in. And stand up straight. Good job. Wow, that was hard. And I challenged myself on the floor. Yikes. Okay. Ball down. We're going to take that big hand. We're standing up. We're going to walk ourselves out into everyone's favorite. Okay. Tuck the chin. Roll it down. Hands are going to come to the floor. And when they come down to the mat, you can bend your knees a little bit or keep them straight. This is kind of fun. All right, ready? We're going to walk our hand out, keeping our legs as straight as we can. I'm going to take a big step with my right, then to my left, and maybe I'm in my perfect plank, or I might have to adjust. So soften out the elbows. Start to get yourself into position. Press away from the floor. Nice and slow. Take those big inhales with the ribs expanding out to the side. And as you exhale, pull everything to the center. Okay, so 2 more big breaths. Inhale. Exhale. And press back into a pike as you lift that left leg. Lift it up as high as you can. Reach, reach, reach through that foot. Press into the hands. Bend that knee. Pull it in toward the chest and step the foot down. Okay? So you can wiggle around and move your foot more forward if you want, like I'm going to do. And then you're going to drop that hip down to the mat. Is everyone's ball close? No? Okay. We won't use the ball. Let's just stay. If you want to get that deeper stretch, the ball can go under the knee or the knee can come down to the floor. But I want you to press that hip down to the floor. Okay? And we're going to take the hand that's outside of the leg, bring it to the center, open that knee out to the side. Press into the side of the foot to open that knee. Big, big stretch. Inner thigh too. And close it up. Bring the hand outside the foot. Step the foot back into your plank. Hang on. So get in position. Organize. So belly is tight, neck is long, shoulders are pulling down the back. You're going to press into a pike as you lift the opposite leg up. Use the glute to lift that leg. Pull your belly tight. Press into the mat. Bend that knee. Bring it in toward the body. Step it to the floor. And adjust. Step forward or back. All right. So my foot isn't going as far as I want. All right. Hip is dropped down to the mat. So open up that hip first. Then shoulders down. Settle into the stretch. And breathe. And then bring that outside hand to the inside. Open that knee up. Okay, and then try to settle into that hip. So let that hip drop. And bring it up. Hands come to the outside. Step the foot back. Here we go. We're walking back. So I took 2 big steps with my hands. If you need to bend your knees, you do it. And start with my left hand. Step it back. Push down into that left hand. Right hand steps back. Let the head hang. Rebuild. Roll it up. Good. Okay. We're going to come down to the mat. We'll do one more big stretch and then we'll finish. Okay. So I'm just going to face you guys. Oh, I'm going to do my genie sit down. I love it. We'll do it on both sides to make ourselves even. So genie hands, okay? You're going to take whatever foot behind you that you feel is your kind of better leg to support, because we're going to be bending our knees. And the hands can come down to the floor as soon as you feel like you need them to. So back foot on the top of the foot, knee is bent. Bending into the knees, and feet can be external. Pause here. And press it up. I'm sorry. I want to make you guys even. Okay. Other, and you stay. Yeah, you stay. All right, belly's tight. That was a little surprise. Okay. Other knee back. Sink it down. Now you can come all the way down. Sorry, guys. I wanted you guys to have equal. All right.
What do I do?
I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry if you went to the floor and you didn't want to get up. All right. So I'm going to just sit comfortable with my knees bent. Sit up nice and tall. My hands are on my knees. I'm going to just curl into the center of my body. So my forehead is reaching kind of down toward my ankles. And I'm using my hands to get a bigger stretch in my spine. And now I'm going to press down into my hands to lift and grow taller. And somebody's waking up. And curl. Sorry. That's how I feel too. And straighten it up. We're going to take our hands, walk them out. So if you want to switch the cross of your leg, do it now. Walk those hands out. Send the tailbone out behind you. So really reach, and yes, the legs can stay long, whatever. So you're dropping the head now. Arms are reaching long. Press away from the floor. Push like you're trying to push the tailbone down to the floor. Drop the elbows to the floor, bend the knees, kind of like a sphinx, right? So now we're trying to flatten out the spine. Tailbone is lifted and pointed maybe behind you. And then you're going to tuck, straighten the arms, walk yourself back, and sit up nice and tall. And we're going to switch. To be even, if you bend your knees. If you didn't bend your knees, you're doing it all again, just the same way. Sit up tall. I know this is terrible. Well, it's not. Curl. So forehead is to the ankles. Walk the hands out, or forehead to the floor. Straighten those arms. Keep the chin lifted here first, okay? Pull the shoulders down, press into the floor. Send that tailbone out behind you. Now you're going to push down, tuck and curl, chin to chest. Push away from the floor with the hand. And then start to bend the elbows, walk the hands back in your big curl and rebuild. Good. How you doing, everyone? Okay, we're done. Thanks for coming. Happy Monday. You got a good start to the week. Yes. All right, everyone. Hopefully that was okay at home. I didn't trick you too much.